Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it's time for some Yee tea. Now, Lizzo, according to NBC News, has new allegations against her. There are more accusations, and there's a law firm that's claiming they've gotten at least 6 more complaints of issues with their working environment. The allegations are of a, quote, sexually charged environment and failure to pay employees, but thus far they're just claims. According to the attorney, Ron Zambrano, said that some of the claims we are reviewing may be actionable, but it is too soon to say. So Lizzo is still denying that any of these things happen. Now, one person is saying we should just take it to trial. More witnesses are coming forward every day corroborating the plaintiff's allegations. So we're looking forward to facing Lizzo and her team in court. As we told you before, Lizzo said, usually I choose not to respond to false allegations, but these are as unbelievable as they sound and too outrageous to not be addressed. Whew. Oh, Dan. That's our producer, Dan. I don't know, Dan. And Made in America was canceled. Some people, I don't know if this is true, but people are speculating, was it because of what's going on with Lizzo? Because she was one of the headliners. SZA was the other headliner, but it could be other reasons.
Yeah, to cancel the whole concert.
I feel like that's a lot. The whole festival.
That
they could have,
because
there's people that were supposed to be headlining that end up not headlining all the time.
They replaced them.
And they just replaced them with somebody else.
Yeah. Seems like a stretch.
Okay. Tory Lanez, in the meantime, is supposed to get almost 1 year served deducted from prison time. He received that sentence of 10 years in his shooting case, and according to Megan Cuniff, he'll have a total of 305 days removed, and that's for time served. All right, he'll be credited for days he's already spent in jail, and he gets 15% credit of 34 days as well. They're also crediting his 40 days of house arrest, and so that total is about 305 days. He'll request a bail pending appeal, which will be heard August 15th, but they said it's extremely unlikely to be granted for him to get out on bail while he's waiting for his appeal. In the meantime, people are still talking about Iggy Azalea and the character letter that she wrote in support of Tory Lanez. And she posted, for the record, I've not been in touch with Tory for months. I have no reason to be, but I do wish him well. I don't support anyone. I was told this is for a judge only, the letter that she wrote. And she said, I'm not in support of throwing away anyone's life if we can give reasonable punishments that are rehabilitative instead. So people were coming at her. Now, she also let them know because they were like, oh, how come you said you haven't spoken to him? But before the trial, they were working on music together. And she said that's because this letter was written in February. She said they have not been in contact for months, but she does fully still support rehabilitation things for people. And so another person that they're coming at, not just Iggy Azalea, is also Mario. Apparently, Mario also wrote a character letter in support of Tory Lanez. And here's what he had to say.
As an independent artist doing his thing, like, it's a lot of artists that don't work as hard as he do. So, regardless of whatever, the music is what it is. It's like you still listen to music regardless of what's going on in the world, like things you don't know about. Like the music is what you love people for. You know what I'm saying? So, we're going to keep the energy positive. If y'all with the music, with it. If you don't, we're just going to keep creating. You know what I'm saying? And vibing out.
I don't understand. That wasn't really saying anything.
Yeah, I feel like he was like
I'm
avoiding. Yeah.
He basically was like, let's move on.
Yeah.
All right. In the meantime, Kelsey Harris, who is Megan Thee Stallion's former best friend, could be found in contempt of court for that case. She could face a fine if that happens. And according to the Neighborhood Talk, Megan Thee Stallion's team has asked the judge to hold her in contempt of court for ignoring a deposition she was asked to participate in. It was supposed to take place June 21st, but she never showed up. And that was to get information about the label 1501, including what the executives knew about an alleged plan to sabotage her releases on the label and whether or not she had their endorsement when releasing a diss track. If she's found in contempt, that's when she could potentially have to pay a fine or even maybe have to be arrested as well. All right. Well, that is your Yee tea. And when we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines of the news. They are flying under the radar, but we definitely feel like you need to know about them. We have that for you when we come back. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.